Hello, I'm here on Church Street on this busy Tuesday afternoon. There's a lot going on. Buskers up and down Church Street, so bear with me for any background noise. It's a bit of a chilly day as we enter 2024. I've been making these videos now for well over a year. I was making them back in 2022. Yes, Liam Thorpe of the Liverpool Echo has still refused to interview Jones or do any sort of article on the cultural transformation our glorious city is undergoing. The politicians I criticise, especially those councillors for Kensington, Fairfield, Liam Robinson, Wendy Simon, Liz Paulson, and the MP for Wavertree, Paula Barker. Right, none of them have addressed the issue that part of Liverpool is undergone. The councillors, the MP, they've all just ignored it. None of them have been interviewed by Liam Thorpe, given an explanation as to why they believe it's a good thing for the city or it's a bad thing for the city, and they oppose it, but it's been out of their control, let's say. Nothing. They've said zilch. They've just ignored it. Councillors for Kensington and Fairfield, the MP for Wavertree, which incorporates Kensington and Fairfield, they've all just ignored it like it's a non-event. Liam Thorpe, I'm yet to wait for you to come and interview myself, but I won't hold my breath. But then at the very, very least, you need to do an article in the Liverpool Echo addressing cultural change that is impacting upon large parts of Liverpool now, and you need to do that. You need to come and do that, but yeah, you don't seem to be in a hurry. In fact, you're not going to do it, right? The MPs I criticise, like I've said, they haven't mentioned it the past year or so. No matter how many videos I've made, they've all just ignored it like, as I said, it's a non-event. You, Ricky Tomlinson, a so-called super scouser, because in my eyes you've lost that status now. You're championing refugees welcome now. Cokes for refugees and a few bob for refugees. Well, I don't know where your head's at, sir, because you know what you're saying and what you're pushing is wrong. You know it is, right? You more than anyone knows it's wrong, right? You were a good friend of Billy Clarkson's at one time, so you more than anyone know it's wrong. Yes, you've now jumped on the bandwagon of refugees welcome. You're now pushing the nonsense that, you know, excuse me, it's getting busy. You're pushing the refugees cause now, when these aren't refugees. There are people that are entering our country illegally and coming to Liverpool because everywhere else is full, right? They're not some just poor lost soul you're giving an overcoat to or a few bob to get a meal. The people who are entering our country illegally and then making their way to Liverpool, right? Because like I've said, everywhere else is full. So the people that you champion, they've broke the law. They've committed an offence, and you know, you're quite happy for them. And look what happened with our generosity, the Liverpool Women's Hospital bomber. Well, exactly. Do we want any more? No, we don't. Like I said before, individual women and children, families like that, yeah. No one in the right mind would argue against that, but that's not what's happening, and you know it's not. Right, all those in the Suites Hotel, there's no women and children there. They're all young males, right? You know, so you've lost your super scouser status in my eyes, right? But you're another one. You're not addressing, right, the impact it's having on our city and what people's opinions are on this. You're just ignoring that. It's like, as I said, it's a non-issue. How about what cultural change has done to Kensington and Fairfield? Aren't you concerned over that? How about the top of Smithdown Road, Breck Road, West Derby Road, Prescott Road, and many other places across the city now that have been affected by cultural transformation. How about those communities? Aren't you concerned? Do you want this to continue? Like I said, we can't house, clothe, feed, employ the world. We can't do it. And you know that. You're not an idiot. Yes, you've jumped on this bandwagon. Maybe you were coerced into doing it. I don't know. I don't like having a go at you. I'm just watching all the old Brooksides. I'm up to episode 230. Brilliant. But I don't know where you're coming from, sir. I don't like to have a go at you, because I do believe at heart, you know, you've got people's interests at heart. I do believe that, but this is misguided without a doubt, right? You, the MPs, you, Liam Thorpe, the Liverpool Echo, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Our city is being changed, and once it's changed, there's no changing it back. It's gone forever. Like London, there's no more Cockney sparrows fly over London, right? So we can't allow our unique Scouse character, traditions and culture to be erased and replaced by something completely different. We can't allow this to happen. Don't you have the city's future at heart, Ricky Tomlinson, Liam Thorpe, the Liverpool Echo, and all the MPs I criticise? Paula Barker, Ian Byrne, Dan Carden, Kim Johnson, and many others, no doubt, as well as all the councillors, Wendy Sharman, Liam Robinson and Liz Parsons. Don't you have the long-term interests of this city at heart? Because if you did, you'd be opposing what is happening to our city, right? It is being changed, and once the new arrivals are in the driving seat, then we dance to their tune. Remember that. You know that more than anything, Ricky Tomlinson. You've been around. You're someone that, you know, you're a man of the world. You know how all this unfolds, because you've seen it. How old are you? You're in your 80s now, so you're not a young man. You've witnessed what's happened to large parts of Britain, and we're now seeing it happening to our beloved Liverpool, and you're going along with it. Like I say, I don't really want to have a go at you, but you've left me no option. You're with those now, aiding and abetting the cultural transformation of our glorious city, and it's wrong, right? And that's why Joe Owens is down here, right? I'm down here most days because, okay sir, I feel I need to, because if I don't, then no one else will. And then we're going to lose our city to cultural change. There'll be no opposition to it. The politicians will just take the public for granted as usual, and they'll just let the cultural mist descend over our glorious city. Well, Joe Owens isn't going to let that happen, right? I'm going to be down here, and I'm going to be opposing it for as long as necessary, right? You, Ricky Tomlinson, you just need to give your head a wobble, right? This is wrong, what's happening to our city. You know it is. You, the politicians, I don't expect any change from you lot, or you, Liam Thorpe of the Liverpool Echo. It's scandalous, it's appalling, right? Go and talk to the good people of Kensington and Fairfield. If there's any still there who were originally born there, go and ask them what misery is being inflicted upon them and what they think about it, right? I just spoke to a guy there, just come past me. He'd lived there for God knows how long, and he's now gone, right? And this is the message I'm getting off people that used to live there decades ago. Were born there decades ago, and have left now because they've been driven out. It's a completely different place. So before any of you criticise Joe Owens or ignore me, remember what has been done to that once proud working class Scouse community, right? Just remember what's been done to it, all of you, right? Because all those aiding and abetting it or remaining silent, you've got nothing to be proud of. Anyway, it's 3:15 now. I'm going to make my way home and go and get a hot cup of coffee, because it's really, really cold. But a year or so I've been making these videos, and how many have I made, right? And yet, what I talk about is important, right? And yet, not one politician, the Liverpool Echo, Liam Thorpe, or even so-called Super Scouser, Ricky Tomlinson, any of them have mentioned the impact that this has had on large parts of our city. None of you are even prepared to even talk about what it's done to Kensington and Fairfield and other parts of Liverpool, and that's what's bad about this. It really, really is bad, right? Not one of you have had the decency to say, well, hold on a minute, where's this Jones fella coming from? Let's at least go and talk to these people whose areas have been changed into completely different places, and in some cases, whole streets and neighbourhoods taken from them. Yet you're all silent. Shame on you all. Okay, well, at least I can hold my head up. Hold my head up high without anyone having to go at me, right? At least I'm down here trying to stop it, doing my best, right? All by myself at the moment. I don't care, because it has to be done, right? I can hold my head up. I can be proud that at least I tried. At least I tried to stop what was happening to our glorious city. You, Ricky Tomlinson, all the MPs and councillors, and Liam Thorpe at the Liverpool Echo, hold your heads in shame. That's a lot of you. Okay, thank you.